minutes. So there's this game that I used to play a long time ago, like 2011, 2012, called Draw Something, which is a little phone game that you draw prompts and send to a friend. They would guess your prompt, get a prompt of their own, draw it back. I went looking for it recently and I couldn't find it. Apparently Zynga bought it and killed it a couple years ago. So I decided to try and make my own version. I haven't done anything with backends before. This is the first time that I'm doing something that you have to connect to a backend and store things in the backend and so on. I'm using Pocket Base. I just got a new drawing over here from Adam. So I can click over here. Now I'm watching Adam guess my drawing. There's a bunch of different colors you can use, different brush sizes, eraser, and everything is recorded as a little action. So started drawing, like now it recorded the position started. Each time you're moving out of a certain range, it records a new point of the brush stroke. And then you can replay all of that so people can watch your drawing and try to guess in real time. But we can also skip and like just see the final result. I did that as well because the original game did that, and I really liked that aspect, seeing how people drew their things. I kind of like learned little tricks on how to do certain things. I also did that for storage space on the server, since I'm using a server to store all of these. Doing it this way and compressing the data, I got the drawings to be like 1 to 2 kilobytes and still have like a lot of great resolution, because I can actually reproduce this in different sized canvas and still get to essentially the same result.
Oh, this is my garbage drawing.
You were under time pressure.
That's true, and I'm trying to do it one-handed too.
So there's like easy, medium, and hard, and you get different coins for like drawing the harder ones, but there's more letters to mess up what you're trying to do. So this looks like a bridge. I see a car, beautifully drawn. Yeah. Then I get my turn, which I can select the words with different beat sister. That sounds wrong. I don't want to beat my sister. I can re-roll for an amount of coins, and each time I re-roll, it gets a little bit more expensive. Anchorman, perfect. You start with just a few colors, but you can like unlock more with the coins.
That's Benedictine monk showing you?
Apparently. It's a little harder with the touchpad here, so it's not going to be something for Adam to feel inadequate when he's drawing.
Have you considered a fill tool?
I thought about it, but I kind of like feeling it with my finger, kind of, I don't know. And I like keeping the thing fairly simple in a way that, in a way that there's not too many tools. It's very intuitive to use. If I want to change my draw brush, I come over here, draw brush. If I want an eraser, yeah. Makes a lot of sense. Same size of the brush is the same size of the eraser. So Anchorman, I have an anchor. I'll give him some eyes over here and maybe a mustache, and he'll be an Anchorman. Perfect. Yeah. Then I can rewatch my little progress here. If I want to send or not, can cancel, and yeah, I'll send. And now Adam has a new drawing to guess. I have a little shop over here with color packs that you can buy for coins. Right now there's no kind of monetization or ads or anything. I am thinking of releasing this on mobile, and probably will implement some little bit of monetization, maybe like ads, like with energy system or something. But I hate those kind of like predatory mobile games, so I don't want to do one of those. So I'll try to figure out a way that I can get some monetization without making it feel leaky. That's kind of like what happened with this little guy, this game. The other game that I've still working on, that I've been working on for more than a year now, is Keep the Heroes Out, which is finally reaching an end. I have like 4 more tasks in my list before I just focus on bug fixing and parching. I have implemented online multiplayer, and the latest thing that I've done is revamp the tutorial a little bit. Before, the tutorial started with like all the rooms you already have, and like it was way more hands-off. Now it starts just with the vault and the cells, trying to keep less information the player to start with. Last that I tested the tutorial with this new configuration, it did help. People had like way less questions. So So if I try to do the wrong thing here, I don't really let the player do that. It's like, hey, let's try something else. Like you have the illusion that you can do anything until you try. So I skipped a little bit through the dialogue, but I still have this big goal on the top, which also did help because a lot of people would skip the dialogue and be like, I don't know what I'm trying to do. Then you can read like, okay, I want to pick a coin and bring it to the jailer. Then I can see these icons like, oh, maybe I want to click on this icon. Or do I want to click on this one? No, you do not. You should activate this thing and get a coin. I have little help text in all the bubbles now. Before I didn't have help text in the bubbles. That also helps a lot. Because people would forget, like, oh, what does this mean? Now the help text actually activate a portal in the vaults. So I also changed the way that the movement system works. Before, the movements appear just like the other bubbles, side by side, I guess. It's not going to let me go back. Now the movement is relative to where you are, so it's more intuitive to choose where you want to move your character. I also got these little animations happening now when like they capture the jailer, and now the jailer shows up captured and they move around. Oh, I think I muted the game a little bit. I don't even remember exactly how it looked last time that I showed, but like now we see all the animations for all the heroes as we're doing their thing, which does help in following what's actually happening with the game. It's like, oh, we're inspiring the other hero now. It's like, okay. It's like the tutorial also takes things more one step at a time. It's like, oh, you can do things in the rooms. In this room, you can borrow a book. And like before, the tutorial kind of like explain everything. Now it's like, no, let's stop here and go make a book. So I broke down the tutorial into like little steps to make things easier. And this is what I'm talking about, like when I'm moving. Now, like I start in the center here, like if I go left, I'm moving left, I go right, I'm moving right, which makes way more sense. If you are using a mouse, you can always like mouse over and click here instead, but that helps with people using controllers. I'm gonna make a book. And as I am doing the things, I'm adding more rooms to the dungeon as well, which do more things, and I progress the tutorial that way. So that's one of the big things that I'm doing. I think I need to move this camera a little bit more down like this when we're at this step. But yeah, the next thing that I have that I need to do soon, go back to the menu. We also now have a continuing the match. So when you try to go again, like if you left a match, like hey, you have in progress match, you can choose to continue or not. We have a play online too now. Before it was just like a remote play together, but now you have a play online which you have a friend code, not friend code, like invite code you can give to your friends. Your friend can put it here and join host. I'm gonna go back over here. The next big thing that I have that should also help with people trying to figure out the game, we're going to implement in-game help menu, because this game, for people that don't know, was a board game that's now being made into a digital game. So there's a lot of things that people need to learn to be able to play, and I try to teach that through the tutorial, but a lot of people just skip things and forget, and having a way of accessing some sort of menu or manual inside the game should help with that. Luis diagrammed like all of these to be like really big and easy to read and appealing, and it goes into a lot of detail as people might want detail. Like you can click on each of the monsters to learn more about the monsters, or if you just want to know a specific thing, you can just jump to it and learn about that specific thing. I haven't implemented this in the game yet. That is next on my list of things to implement. I think that's most of the new stuff I have to show. I can show a little bit of the online multiplayer, maybe.
I have a question, if you don't mind.
Sure, yeah.
How do you handle like saving state of a match, like
the same way that I handle the online multiplayer, because like each action in the game is an action. Like same thing that I do with the drawing game actually.
So you do like a deterministic.
Yes, the whole game is deterministic. Yeah. So if I run the actions back, it ends up in the same results. I have two matches running now, but they are both the same size.
I imagine when you're doing development, that breaks save games a lot.
What do you mean?
Like while you're changing things in the game logic, it's gonna break the sequence.
I think it would earlier, but right now, like, I'm not really changing
Oh, so you
much.
added it later.
Huh?
So you added it later in the process?
What do you mean?
The saving of the series of events, is that something you added later, or is that something that you've been
I've always, like, from the beginning, I was working with, like, whenever I was making an action, I was already thinking ahead for the serialization. So it's like hasn't been something that I had to super worry about. Is it? Yeah, 10 minutes. So I'm not going to show the language player. You're just going to have to trust me it works. And that is my time. If you have other questions, you can ask me about it later.
Mm-hmm.